Hello, everyone, and welcome to Pennsylvania Outdoor Life. I'm Don Jacobs outside the Pennsylvania Outdoor Life cabin. And listen, happy Easter to all of you out there. You know, spring and Easter really gets me thinking about turkey hunting. We've got buds on the apple trees. How about that? Everything is coming alive, and turkeys are out there gobbling. Last couple of years, Dale Butler and I didn't get together too much. COVID, he was recovering from COVID last spring, but this year, the boys got a chance to go out and play with some turkeys in Wyoming County. And with that barred owl call just before sunrise, our turkey scouting trip is underway. While this porcupine climbs a tree for safety, we were listening for gobblers. So it's like 34 degrees, right? 2 weeks before the season. What are we doing out here?
Well, we're pre-season scouting. Realistically, we're listening for birds that gobble, mostly on their own because it's early in the season. These birds would be looking for hens. So we're pre-season scouting, and what we're doing is we're getting ready for the gobbler season, which is right around the corner here.
So if we're standing here and we don't hear one right at about daybreak, you believe in locating calls, right?
Most certainly. Listen carefully. The songbirds are just starting up, okay? It's about time now. The gobblers will start to gobble. If not, we'll try to force them by using the locator call.
Temperature, it snowed in the last couple of days, it rained. Does that matter?
Not really. It matters more to us than it does to the turkey. Realistically, them turkeys, it's breeding season. They get a short time during the year to get this done. So realistically, they don't care what the weather is. We do, because that's our problem.
So we're here in a vantage point where we can hear a lot. That's the idea this morning.
We're high on a ridge. Look out across the valley. We have an awful lot of listening here. We can probably hear a mile and a quarter here. You know, it's a long way.
And you will hear them without the leaves on the trees.
Oh, sure, most certainly. It's just wide open. Nothing to stop it. No insulation.
We did hear a few off in the distance, so we decided to take a walk and try to locate turkeys along the way. A crow call is another locator.
Well, realistically, that's the way it's supposed to work. You make the call, and the birds respond.
And it happened this morning. Spring scouting for us is about watching the sunrise while on a mountaintop, just waiting, relaxing, and listening. What a beautiful morning. Look at that sunrise. So what do we do when we hear one and want to have some fun? We sit down and call it in. That bird is definitely coming closer. And I'll tell you what, in the spring, you could say what you want about call shy or whatever. This is as much fun as carrying a gun. So we're out here 3 weeks before the season. This bird's not going to learn anything from us. But it's absolutely so much fun hearing that bird gobble. Listen, it's gobbling, and we've got him, I think, coming right in. So we cranked him up with a bunch of calls, a bunch of yelps, a bunch of cuts, and now we're just going to let him walk right into the camera. And let me tell you, folks, this is what we wait for year-round, so why limit it to the 1 or 2 days you're going to hunt? Get out and have some fun. Oh, he's real close now. He's real close now. I love when that gobble makes the hair stand up in the back of your head. It's so exciting. Oh, I see him. Hello. Big white head. Big white head. We certainly had an exciting time in the woods that morning, and we even managed to locate a few other gobblers before heading back to the truck for a basic calling lesson.
Starts with the box call. It's probably the simplest thing to pick up and make turkey calls and be successful. I mean, it works almost by itself. It works so simple that it doesn't take much at all to learn it. This is a turkey yelp and a cluck.
Gotcha. And we heard that this morning when we were talking to some turkeys. Now, you also got a slate call there. Again, I'm going to ask you, you can make any call in the world, but if you keep the basics, the yelp, the cluck, the putt, you should be pretty good.
I always say this, and this is a fact, okay? Throughout my life, if you listen to me call, I use two calls. I use a cluck and a yelp. And realistically, the yelp seems to be the most important to me, success-wise, for making birds gobble. So realistically, even on a slate call, it's a... And then a cluck would simply be, and I'm going to do that on the other side only because...
Right. And you know what, that rhythm, a lot of people say to me, you guys sound repetitious, because if you've ever seen a turkey, right, you see their head, they're going, rop, 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 rop. It's always that same rhythm, right?
Well, it's a rhythm, but the trouble is it's a rhythm, but it's not a count,
right.
Okay? When a bird yelps, it's a yelp, 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 yelp. And then it's a yelp, they go yelp, 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 yelp. It's never the same number.
Right.
But yes, the rhythm is very important, because all you're trying to do is, you're trying not to get too slow. Like, you're not going to, a good yelp doesn't go rout, rout, rout. It doesn't go rop, 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 either. It goes rop, 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 rop. That's kind of the rhythm we want to use.
And because turkeys don't count, sometimes they yelp 5 times, sometimes they yelp 8.
Right, exactly.
Now, you use a mouth call all the time. I know we've got the ones that most people buy with the tapes here. You make your own. Give me a yelp and give me a putt or a cluck.
And I just want to say that the reason I like a mouth call is just because it's so light and easy to handle. You don't have a lot of bulky stuff to carry. But even because I use a mouth call most of the time, I'm still carrying these same calls with us, okay?
Sure.
So, but a yelp would sound like this. Or a cluck. And I use this date, it's not exact, but I'm going to say right around March 21st, which is normally right around the first day of spring. More than likely, you're going to have them birds there during the turkey season. Okay, now they're not always going to gobble at you, but it's just like anything else. They get tired. They're breeding since they start right around spring. They start breeding and they just get tired. So realistically, when they get tired, they start feeding a little bit. They don't gobble quite as much.
But if you go in there any day, they could be gobbled and easily called in.
And I tell everybody this, especially for turkey hunters, you'll never kill them if you're sitting on your couch watching television. So you got to get out there and give it every day that you can, because the more days you put, the more chances for success.
So next weekend, the youth season, the weekend after that, all of us could turkey hunt. Plenty of time to get out there and scout. Good luck if you do. We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back.